Hi everyone, today I'm going to be doing 5 back to school tips that would have helped me today if I had someone to tell me how I would experience it when I went to like middle school or when I went to high school as a freshman, or like as a freshman also you would say. I don't think people say that for middle school. This is inspired by my niece who's going to middle school for the first time, and I was like telling her tips. So I'm like, hey, it'd be cool if I make a video for other people who don't have someone to tell them like tips and tricks to survive high school and middle school as a freshman. So number 1 is, it's okay to be lost. I have my little paper here, so I'm looking down. It's okay to be lost and ask for help. It's your first day, you don't know the school as well because it's your first time in middle school or your first time as a freshman in high school. So it's okay to ask for help and be like, hey, I don't know where my class is. I need help finding my homeroom. And eventually, I don't know how it works outside the US, but here in Miami-Dade, in Florida, when you go to school, they set you up in your homeroom and then they give you your schedule there. Or some people, I don't know how they did it, they would find it like online. Since I didn't have a computer back in the day, I didn't find it online. I found it out when I went to my homeroom class. So yeah, it's totally fine to say that you're lost, you need help, ask other people, and don't get fooled by this trick that everyone says to newcomers in high school when you're in 9th grade. Oh, there's a pool upstairs in the roof. No, I don't know if you guys are like, what? But that was the thing of when I was in school, and then everybody was like, oh, there's a pool up there, all the 9th graders, and that was like a joke that they played on the freshmen. Tip number 2 is be yourself. If you guys hear somebody in the back, it's my daughter. She's talking. She's playing by herself in the bed. Okay, so be yourself. That is very, 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 very important, and I cannot stress that. Don't try to be somebody that you're not, because if you're acting like something that you're not, then you're not being yourself, and you will find friends by being yourself and your true self. And it's less work to be someone that you're not, because then if you're trying to be somebody that you're not, you're like wasting so much time and work. And I promise you will find friends and it would all be okay. People will love you just the way that you are. My tip number 3 is be comfortable. Okay, don't go to school dressed crazy. I don't know, but over here in, like I said, in Miami-Dade, most of the kids, they have uniforms, which I used to complain about, but now that I think about it, I think it's fantastic, because if I didn't have a uniform, I would have to think every day before I go to bed, oh, what am I gonna wear? I need new clothes, and all those things that people worry about normally as girls every day when we're gonna go out. Why do we have to worry about it when we go to school too? So I think now that I'm an adult, I'm like, it's way better that we had a uniform. But for those people who don't have uniforms or have a waiver, because I used to see some kids that they had a waiver, I don't know why, to not wear uniforms. So, don't wear your most expensive jewelry. You don't want to go to school with that, Unfortunately, it could get stolen, and you don't want that. Or don't go with expensive sweaters or shirts, because then it could get stained with markers, with pens, and school lunch. You don't want that on your possessed item, not possessed, pricely or highly valued item that you're gonna wear. You don't want that. So dress comfortable, because you're going to school to learn, not for a fashion show. And I figured that out now when I was older, because I used to worry about, oh, what hairstyle am I gonna wear? I need to straighten my hair every day or curl my hair. And now that I'm older, I'm like, I wasted so much time doing that when school was just for learning. Tip number 4 is use your 5 minutes of changing in between classes wisely, because you have 5 minutes that go by like this when that bell rings to go to that next class that you're changing like in between, and you see your friends and like, hey, yeah, don't stop the chit chat, because most likely, because this always happens to everyone, you have a class, let's say in a portable, and then you have to move to like the end of the other building. 5 minutes is not enough with thousands of kids moving around and also trying to get to their class. It's not enough. So I would be like a rocket. I was an expert. I would move from here to like point A to like point B all the way over there in like 5 or less minutes. I'd be like, hello to my friends. I'd be like, see you later at lunch. And then I would just go to my next class. So use your time wisely, because you do not want to get any detentions or suspend. Well, I don't think they suspend you for being late, unless you're like late to class like a lot. But you don't want to get a detention for that, or you don't want to get the teacher telling you, hey, you know, you need to be here earlier. You know, it doesn't look good. So you don't want that. So make sure that you know that you can say hi to your friends, but don't start talking and catching up. You need to go to class. You don't want to get a detention or sent to CSI, which is where all the people go when they skip class and then all that stuff. You don't want to go there. And I don't know, but it was very cold in my time. I think that was like the punishment. I went to CSI like once. I think it was because of absences, but that's another story. Tip number 5, know your rights. And this is kind of crazy, but it's sad that I've seen so many videos online of teachers not really acting as teachers and either putting their hands on students or doing gross things that you're not supposed to do with students, and that's not right. So you have to know your rights. Know that what's right and what's not right, and so you can tell your parents, you can tell someone that you confide in that's an adult. So that's very important. Good luck and have an amazing school year. If you have any questions, you want to say any comments, comment down below. And subscribe. It is totally free and you get to see my awesome videos. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe. I'm just kidding. Bye bye.